Let's consider a theory for a moment. I like the term change is pain for a few reasons. And, pain, like we have to feel pain in order to go through change. I don't know a single person that didn't feel some pain to make a change in their life. Some people do it faster, right? They don't need to put on 100 pounds to make a physical change. But at other places in their life, they take longer, right? I'm a great example of that. Physically, I was very aware that I was heading in the wrong direction a few years ago. I made a drastic change. But mentally, my work was dragging me down, and that's nobody's fault but my own. Is the way I looked at it. It's, certain things have changed in the last few years. And I didn't love it the way I used to love it. And I didn't make a change because it was comfortable. I didn't want to let the people around me down, so on and so forth. But really what I was doing is just letting them down slower. Because I was less invested. I was less capable. I didn't want to struggle. So, we got to go through some pain to make a change. We got to feel that pain first. B, or two, is change is pain. Going through change is hard, right? You want to run farther, your lungs are going to burn, your legs are going to be sore, you're going to get blisters, so on and so forth, right? Every change we go through, there's a messy, painful piece, typically at the start and all the way through the middle, sometimes at the end, and then sometimes it just keeps going, right? I got a 5-year-old at home. This is 5 years of messy, painful change that is the greatest thing I have ever done in my life. I'm so proud of that kid, not for, how she acts, who she is, so on and so forth, but just that she tries, that she cares, that she works hard. She's a beautiful soul. So change is pain. We know that. So that's definitive. That's non-arguable. Yes, there are people that have changed from pleasure, but not consistently, not throughout their whole life. I'm not smart enough for that. I wish I was. I wish. Maybe we can get there one day as a society. But so we know that. We know change is pain. From there, maybe we can extrapolate that. Maybe we can look at that as a quote, as a belief, and fall in love with it, and realize that the faster we fail, the harder we, go at change, actually the better it's going to feel. And maybe that solves some of the issues that we're in right now that are just so painful, right? Financially, we're in a fucking mess. People have been a mess for a while. Debt has been an issue for 25 years for people, because of the speed that things are happening at, so on and so forth, whatever we've done societally, marketing, but ultimately it's our fault, right? We bought into it. So financially, health, we've got more information, access to more information than we've ever had before in our lives, and we are probably as unhealthy as ever, and we might be one of the first generations to actually go backwards and have a shorter lifespan overall, based on statistics. So, and then we can look at the politics, and how divisive we are, right? But maybe all this pain, all this turmoil, all this adversity that we're seeing, that we're feeling, instead of being like, oh, social media puts too much in front of us and we see too much negative and blah, 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 is that, it's the universe, God, whoever, whatever you believe in, kind of smacking us in the face with that it's time to make a fucking change, right? And I believe it is. This kind of dawned on me this morning, but it's something that's been percolating for a long time. We got to feel pain, right? And the universe doesn't do anything to us that we aren't capable of dealing with. And we need enough pain that we are willing to make that change, right? That we are willing to move from this non-conscious capitalist society to a more conscious capitalist society. Capitalist, I believe, is the best answer, because there's always going to be people in the world, and we're always going to have some dark, stupid thoughts, and there's going to be a few people, very few, that act on those. So they're going to take advantage of a socialist system of any of those things, right? We need balance. We need real democracy. We need capitalism. But we need them to be conscious. We need to celebrate things differently to get to where we want to go, right? We still, whether we like it or not, view success as monetary success. That's like the deciding factor on what makes somebody successful. You know, it's adjusting a little bit, but not in a healthy way, to likes, follows, shares, so on and so forth on social media. You know, is this going to be a perfect answer? No, but if we all embrace the change a little bit, if we all embrace that pain, it's going to get more enjoyable. Because you want to know what I love doing now? Working out. Is it still painful? Absolutely. Do I still dread the first set? Getting in there? You know, does it take me a while some days? Absolutely. But I've set the habit of, you know, embracing that pain and seeing far enough out in the future to understand the value that that's going to add to my life, right? I'm not bought into short-term convenience. I'm not bought into this feels good now. And that's where we're trying to head, right? Is like, we're armoring up with convenience, with, you know, ease, with, you know, whatever you want to call it. And that's bad for us long term, right? You know, we all know, you know, again, another rule that is absolutely true. Short-term pain, long-term gain, right? And so that can be said in reverse. And if there's no pain short-term, you know, then it's going to be long-term. So that's my thought of the day, is that societally, if we could embrace the change that we are going through and the pain that we are going through, and realize that everybody goes through it differently, and that's going to create some different emotions in certain people, and the way you are reacting is not better than the way I am reacting, and vice versa. We might be at the precipice of, you know, one of the greatest moments in humanity, right? And I think things like this have come up in society and humanity, you know, in the past, in generations past, so on and so forth, and we haven't made the right decisions all the time, or the best decision for society. And the thing to understand is that the best decision is almost always the hard decision. And from there, it is realizing that you got to go first. And that's the last thing I'm going to say about it, is that if you want society to be better, then you have to be better. Then you have to be the first person to embrace the change, embrace the pain. And that's what I'm doing. You know, I mean, I want things to be different in my life. So I'm working 7 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day. I'm still trying to get a half an hour to an hour workout in every day. You know, I'm making time for my family. It's not perfect. I am not in balance, and there never will be balance. I'm hoping that I can be way out of balance right now in the direction of starting this business, so that I can be way out of balance down the road when Katie really needs me, you know, when Tamara really needs me, when something happens and we are in a space in our life that'll be great. But I got to go first, right? And this is me going first. I don't want to put this video out here. These make me super uncomfortable. But if one person mentions something to me about this, then it's worth it, right? So let's go first. Embrace that change, you know, feel the pain, and let's fucking win. Let's get back to winning, right? Let's go.